This FM 104.3. Who to meet target?
Your comments.
Chairman, Obi Biara Utie and no Adajia Konakobwa. In fact, me free Hakra to see if I can make time to the place. It's very important. Chairman, it's about time we supported some of these initiatives to ensure say Numa Yina Yedia no Yabohumbai. Look, Sana and Shahaya, Odim says they are golden tulip Ghana. Now it was supposed to be a partnership between Ghana government and some other entities. Says yeah, Tom. Our master the nuclear is a friend Lancaster Hotel.
Lancaster for no ageno for a period.
Meaning
a lease agreement.
Which means government temporarily has
Nasa going to live and yet government dear Biomo.
And I say that's the point that makes say your tone. We offloaded our shares.
Debbie, 1 second. Sometimes see our debates we can be emotional. But we share figures no. Let's just talk about Golden Tulip. Before Golden Tulip,
Continental
Hotel, run by State Hotels Corporation. You share figures no. And I buying ton shares maybe
Libyan government.
Ghanaian, Libya, Arab holding Glaco.
Yeah, they buy a partnership. They buy what percentage, and a Libya for what percentage. And I'm pay management contracts. Golden Tulip. Golden Tulip is a management contract. Yeah, share the returns. Time I buy any Libya for what was the returns as against them and a Continental. Then we can make an informed agreement. So
the problem is not the transition from Continental.
And until I may be say, I take earlier say,
until
I may be say, I take earlier say, if it's like I say, hotels they are not making any profit.
Chairman, are you telling me Golden Tulip was not profitable?
No,
it wasn't.
Well, according to those who owned it, until they gave the management contract to somebody else.
No, me but.
Banana Kumia F back from the point of Continental.
Yeah. So if what made it unprofitable? Was it because the management, not one management, no number and answer then? Because if a management question, in that case, it makes sense to bring in new management.
Anyway, Tulip is not the issue here this morning.
Chairman, government shares never hold.
Miss, say I don't know, because it's been leased out.
No, government shares no, that's all. In the share, if what government is getting from those shares, then we can see if it's worthwhile or not. So say no.
A government shares, which means as far as government shares go, no.
Shinka getting dividend from those shares as against the previous situation.
Well, this is something we can look further into. But generally, I was just speaking generally about the fact that government jeopardy.
Okay, so government has 30%.
What was the percentage before then?
100.
Or it's still no.
I'm talking about going to live down Lancaster.
So it has reduced from
Libya
30.
Libya.
No. What
so
I'm saying is
70 man Libya for the boy.
Yeah.
Okay, I think so. If the government has 30%,
no. When he says government has 30%, is it now or the Equia Golden Tulip? Now government had 30 and Libya had 70.
We can investigate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to do further because this is an important issue. We need to investigate further. But coming to issues of SSNIT, as SSNIT ankasa niska a pension sika. It's just like a commercial bank. Commercial bank works with deposits. Deposit sika no mo di edwuma enti bank na ankasa nhyeda ni sika omodi mankro for as loans ni na sefo enti if you mismanage you can say deposit sika eya eduko how be like we saw with the banking sector no. In the same manner when we say SSNIT investments ni bi nkoyi enti say you turn na sefo, the question is what is making some of these Labadi Beach, for example, is it profitable or not?
Very profitable.
So why do we want to sell it? As a design, we didn't
can your motor on
and I'm saying, at the end, episode ton idea edisika brain because Sasika na di share pensioners ka. Sasika na di share pensioners. And Tiabani said, what would go into your head to want to sell a major asset like Labadi?
Aside Labadi?
Which other hotels can you mention, Chairman?
La Palm, Elmina Beach Resort,
fantastic.
Rage Royal,
Chairman, let me go to La Palm.
Lodge.
Are you telling me La Palm is not profitable? I've been to La Palm a number of times.
It's not. I think it's not.
No.
Atik.
You see, why is this not profitable?
Nana Kumiaka BB about emotions.
I'm not being emotional.
No, Meka. Lapam is not. Labadi is.
Well, I haven't seen the figures.
Good.
I haven't seen the figures. But even if that is the case, what you usually would do is say, DNT na Lapam any profitable. What you say? And then you find a solution to it, but not to sell it off. Look, Chairman, when him say, I dear friend, motor races,
Formula One.
When him say Formula One can never be hosted in Ghana. The simple reason is that we don't have enough hotels to even accommodate to Crawford, member. What you say? Here's
an interesting one. I take. Listen to this one. The organized labor members on the SSNIT board have been sworn to secrecy with regards to the issues discussed at the board meetings. Hence, they can't run to the public with issues discussed. Kwame, as a former employee of Golden Tulip, we're having problems with online bookings because the United States has blacklisted the hotel because of the connections with Libya. This affected the cash flow of the hotel. We could not get guests from a particular website, booking.com, and the other websites. That's interesting.
Chairman, booking.com is just one.
No, and the other websites.
Chairman.
Back to Odian Atik Condemns. The general manager of Brekum Chelsea lost his grandmother, on Salah Day. That was yesterday. She was buried yesterday.
Simple.
The funeral is tomorrow.
No.
You can imagine if she was a Christian. Inko Joseph Nadian. Anyway,
Chairman, you see, so that's the question I'm asking. And it says here, are we saying that all of a sudden, if the management is given to Lancaster, US would immediately say the company is no longer blacklisted? Let's be a bit more analytical. What you say? And see, if there is a binding constraint on the performance of that entity, we should be looking for ways. Buying Gaia president, you're not America for a fine. He can find a way. If you really think that this is an entity that is that we need to make profit of, you know what to do. Say State Department, your foreign affairs for you can have conversations and different diplomacy.
You think that because of your hotel, America will shift its foreign policy?
No. The America's foreign policy is not to ban everything Libya has interest in. German, they are exporting Libyan oil to the United States. Well, it's all about interest and how you diplomacy is all about how you have conversations with whoever has interest in whoever you have interest with. Well, but if we are saying it's been blacklisted, now you're paying for and all of a sudden the solution is new management and iron ton shares no crampo. What makes you think that America all of a sudden after doing that, we are de-blacklisting Golden Tulip? So you haven't solved the problem. And to Musuba, you are still going to have the same issues, if indeed that's the situation. But Lapam, for example, like I was saying, at DMBM, they had the problem of Lapam. Every hotel, Chairman, Alisa, and I was privileged during the time I had Chairman, Alisa almost closed down. What has here? But Yentimin Kase, the management and the owners of Alisa and Kase, because we went through Sa or Hawimono, beton, they brought in partners to see Swiss. Then it became Swiss BBB Alisa. What has here? And now when they went through surface, they took back their company. What has here? We can do an arrangement like that. By end yet, ye koto or how ka krebi pe ye tong. Ye koto or how ka krebi pe ye tong. Ya tunton bibia masisi akra kakra kano. And ye mi yan say we anke ye sa state ini bia ye see ya mutunton nibi. Kebi ye beka ho asem, but I will not be as emotional as I am because where your pension is obitimi ko pension. Busumi bia okoku ya man sika be 400 300 cedis. Because
what if investment near the DNA a more number?
Chema ena make
inti yanya day. Okay, my Jew sika say your pension sika. Me de aye investment wo hotel mu.
Invest kama.
And a car nearbo. Inti minya day.
Ena make no chema. The investment you've made, let's say service investment.
Okay.
Is there demand for that kind of service in this country or not?
There is.
There is. Nti if so, and I lapam sabi enyo hotel phone. Nti funny say if the hotel is not breaking even and is not making profit, is running losses. So bisa who say it's not because there's no demand for such service, no.
But it's not being run well.
It's not being run well. What I say? What will the owners know? Maybe you have to fire people, do it like make sure say you rearrange in your ma. Say anye year, then you see say ebia pembenzo ye dri de problems ni be esusin ye hu hwia enye ye. But idea that you still have control over. Uzio the solution is yenton because more tonton sa masisi ade ye ko how kakra bi mu na yenton ye ko how kakra bi mu a yenton enya de eboa. And look, I have said this with state enterprises. The worst we could have done with near Rollins in crop for beton MP for by almost Tombi. The worst we could have done. Some of the factories in Kruma set up was to get into a PPP arrangement. Yanka say abang, for example, some of the production plants, maybe ties. Abang between say, look, we have the infrastructure in place, but ABC can be we invest our Fabra. We will still continue to produce, but we sold some of these things among for the warehouses, the churches, and all kinds of things. Oh, sir, and people who are politically exposed in particular.
This FM 104.3. Good to meet you.